So are you sufficiently safonsified with our bannock and jam? It'll be there at all the breaks, and there'll be more berries later at the end. I'm Pamela Thompson, and a member of the Church of the Redeemer and of the Indigenous Solidarity Working Group. And I'd like to welcome you all here. This is the program that we'll be following. And I'm not sure who the timekeeper is going to be, but if nobody else has that job, it'll probably be me. I would like to invite Rosalind Elm, a priest in the Anglican Church, and the Indigenous animator. At any rate, she's a big cheese in the Anglican Church with respect to, it's like when I was a judge and people called me Your Majesty. So welcome, Your Majesty. Rosalind is going to pray over the food that we have eaten and will eat, and then we will, I will come back. Then Sandra will come and do her drumming and singing and welcoming us, which is something I look forward to every time we have an event. And then I will come back. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really glad that she didn't announce titles and whatnot. That's really not my bag. So just my name is fine. You can call me Rosalind. My Indigenous name is in there, and it's kind of hard to pronounce, and that's okay. It's Ganlakdan, and it means shakes the leaves or shaking the leaves. So, and it's okay that it's okay. It takes a while. It takes a while. Thank you for the invitation. It is great to be here at Redeemer here in Toronto. It's good to see all of you here and, of course, online. So excited that we have drumming and singing, and that is great. So why don't I say, I'll do an abbreviated version of the Ohan de Kaliwadekwa, which is the words before all else. And that is the prayer that we learn as young people as soon as our feet touches the floor, to give thanks and greetings to Creator, and give, of course, thanks for the abundance we have known, the abundance we know all around us. This is a prayer that is coming back with full force. And I'm so proud of my people in 6 nations of the Grand River Territory. St. Luke's Anglican Church sponsors Cayuga language classes, in which that's the beginning of the language class, in which children, mothers and fathers, families especially, learn that prayer. And we employ new teachers of the Cayuga language. And they, of course, go on, and some of our students have gone on to full Cayuga immersion. So I just wanted to give that little plug. For our people. So I'll say the first part in Mohawk. Kunjakwa, swadi osios ka nagariwasa. Don shino horara don sakway diso. Creator God, we give thanks for the people that are gathered here today, the people that are gathered within these walls and those outside the walls, all of the people and families joining together with this, our minds are one. Creator God, we give thanks for the land, for the trees, the shrubs, for the medicines, all that is on Mother Earth that provides us with shade, with wellness, with joy. With these things of Mother Earth, we are one. Our minds are one. Creator God, Sangwai, we give thanks for the animals, the fish, the birds, all that provide us with sustenance for our bodies, part of the foods that we eat. Those that provide us with entertainment in their song and in their companionship. For all this Creator provides, we give thanks, and this our minds are one. Creator God, we give thanks for our greatest resource in the waters, lakes and rivers, oceans, mists, fogs, snows and rains, all of that which gives nourishment to our mother and to our bodies. Give us strength and courage to watch over this most precious resource. With this prayer, our minds are one. Creator God, we give thanks for all of the heavenly bodies, our brother the sun, our grandmother moon, and our cousins the stars, providing warmth in our day and light by evening, wisdom with pictures in the sky. Give reference to this wide, wide place that we call home. With these heavenly bodies, we give thanks. With this, our minds are one. Creator God, we give thanks for the weathers, the storms, the thunderers. Giving reference to the time of Creator for growth, for death, for transformation, for cleansing. With these natural elements, we give thanks. In this prayer, our minds are one. Creator God, we give thanks for our ancestors and the spiritual beings around us, giving us guidance, providing us with resilience, courage, and bravery to maintain. Creator God, we look to our spiritual guiders, our guides, our spiritual guides, our ancestors, still and always moving forward for healing, for strength, for courage, for wisdom, for love and honor, compassion, forgiveness. With this prayer, we give thanks, and with this prayer, our minds are one. Creator God, we give thanks for our helpers here on earth, those that serve us, those that care for us, those that provide us with healing and strength and companionship, those that have led us. Creator God, with this prayer, our minds are one. Creator God, as we come to an end, we know that we have forgotten. We know that we have missed things in our prayers. But we ask that as we are reminded, as we go through our day, that you understand and forgive us, and that always prayer is in our hearts and in our minds. So as we close, we give thanks to you, for all the abundance you have shown us in creation, for all the gifts that you have given us. And finally, we pray for ourselves, for courage, for bravery, for your Spirit to surround us, that we go forward in this world living and learning with love, companionship, mercy, forgiveness, charity, that we may walk together, discover together, and love together. In his name we pray. Amen.
Is the microphone on? Okay, good. My name's Sandra Campbell. I come from Ganawate, Wata, a Mohawk First Nation, and I'm from the Wolf Clan. But I live in Toronto, and I work in Toronto. But I take pride in this sage here, because the sage was grown by the Indigenous women in Toronto. So we sing to it. We started a little garden, and I think there'll be a garden planting soon, so I hope everyone will come. Talk to Sandy about that. But anyways, they grow this, and then we harvest it once a year. And so, so this is not store-bought. It's home-grown. But I was asked to do a smudge and an opening prayer, but nothing's written, like there's no right way or wrong way of doing this. I'm just going to do what I've been trained in Toronto. Yes, I am a Mohawk, and thank you, Rosaline, for that. It brings tears to my eyes when I hear that. Now I'll go. But in Toronto, we're very diverse Indigenous community. We have Mi'kmaq, and don't be offended if I don't mention your nation, right? But there's Mi'kmaq, Oneida, Mohawk, Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Cree. Where's Mike Chena? Swampy Cree, is it? Muscogee. And so it's like a general thing that we've done. So, but my thinking of how to do the smudge is I do my eyes so I can see the truth as the truth is supposed to be. And then I do my ears so I can hear good things. And then I do my mouth so I can say kind words, because I can be mean sometimes. Sorry, it's the truth, right? So I always have to be diligent on my words. I do my heart so I can receive that truth. And I do my arms, so I can do good work. And then I do my front. No, actually, then I do behind me, because I grew up in an environment that was a lot of violence, and it was a hard life, and things hold me back in that bitterness. So I try to let it go, and then I flick it, and then I do with the front of me, so I could try to walk in that good way. And it helps me to center and focus. And I use just sage, because sage is a very kind medicine. It's a healing medicine. It helps with anxieties. And I do know that there's other medicines you can put in there. But I do a lot of frontline work where a lot of individuals have, done some mood-altering substances. And I was trained to use sage, because it's a very kind, healing medicine. So I don't bring out the sweetgrass too often, because I watched the protocol where you have to be 4 days clean. And some people I meet, they've only been 12 hours clean. So that's why I use the sage. I don't use a shell, and I know that's a part of a protocol from my friends that shared with me. I use a cast iron skillet, and that reminds me of trade and treaties, and that's one of the important things. And plus, it doesn't break, because I do a lot of walking. My daughter got me a Fitbit. I didn't wear it today, but I walk 10 to 12 miles a day in my work, because I'm in community. So, and of course, the fire, and we're in 2025, so I got mine at Dollarama. right? Very modern. So, but the idea is to get you focused in that one mind. And I just thought I'd give that brief explanation of why I'm doing this. And it is a way of life, the way that's going to go following that great peace, bringing it in your life. And I attribute to Father up in the back there, Stephen, because he chose that life, a way of peace, right? So, same walk. My mom says there's many paths, but we all end up at the same place at the end. Just like when you go on a long house, there's a front door and a back door. In one way, out the next. But anyway, so I bring the flame. And of course, this feather I got, it's an eagle feather. And I acknowledge each direction. And that was part of my training in Toronto. And I have no problems. So I like to acknowledge that eastern direction, the direction of the sun rises and new beginnings start. And if there's certain things I have not mentioned or I'm unaware of at this particular moment, I'm going to acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci Baku. Great gratitude, thank you. And then I like to acknowledge that southern direction, the direction of energy. And as we lean into our faith and into our spirituality and the work that we do in community, there's also a direction where our youth sit, and they have a lot of energy. Sometimes it's hard to keep up, so we have to remind ourselves. And if there's certain things I have not mentioned at this particular moment, or if I'm unaware of, I'm going to acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci beaucoup. Great gratitude, thank you. And as we're continuing on in that spiritual life, because we are all start off as spiritual beings, I like to acknowledge that western direction, the direction where our adults sit. It's also a direction that through our hard work with the beginning of our planting and also our growing stages in that southern direction is the time to harvest. But it's also a time that we get our answers, especially in our prayers. It's also a direction that we walk out of. And there's no true words or description or poetry or paintings that can describe that side. No one has ever been there. We might have been on the cusp, but no one has truly crossed over until our time has come. I'd like to acknowledge that now. And if there's certain things I am unaware of at this particular moment or have not mentioned, I like to say, acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci Baku. Great gratitude, thank you. And then I'd like to acknowledge that northern direction, the direction where our elders sit with that long, gray, snowy hair, the ones that we present our tobacco ties to, so we could get some good direction in our lives. It could be someone with lived experience on how to raise our children, how to be a good worker at our jobs, how to be good students, so that we can participate fully into community. And it's also a time of winter time when Mother Earth rests and sleeps. And it's also a direction where we take care of ourselves, self-care. So when we're tired, we rest. It's okay to rest when we're tired. It's okay to eat when we're hungry. It's important that we take care of ourselves so that we could continue on in community. And if there's certain things I have not mentioned at this particular moment, or if I'm unaware of, I like to acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci Baku. Great gratitude, thank you. Now that we completed the full circle, the circle of life, I like to acknowledge our ancestors in that northern sky. This could be some, where our spiritual mentors are. It could be, someone that we hold in high esteem. It could be a grandma, a grandpa, an auntie, an uncle. It could also be, your spirit helpers, or saints, or even where Christ sits in that big sky there. And if there's certain things I have not mentioned, or if I'm unaware of at this particular moment, I'm going to acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci beaucoup, great gratitude, thank you. And then I'd like to acknowledge Mother Earth. She's always there, always providing, unconditionally, providing us with all our clothing, all our food, and all our shelter. And as she provides unconditionally, it reminds us as we walk forward in stewardship and to take care of everything, the environment, Mother Earth, our community, our families, even ourselves. And if there's certain things I have not mentioned at this particular moment, or if I'm unaware of, I'm going to acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci beaucoup, great gratitude, thank you. And as we enter in that center, the center of balance, the center that we knew before we were even created, and we meet our Creator, the Creator that knew us from birth, even before we were born, and as we were spirits. Now that we're here, to be kind to each other, and to say nice and kind words and praises and encourage our brothers and sisters as we walk into this world and finding that balance. And if there's certain things I have not mentioned, or if I'm unaware of, I'm going to acknowledge that now and say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci beaucoup, great gratitude, thank you. And now that we've completed the whole direction of that medicine wheel, and we are as one and as one mind, and look forward to our guest speakers to hear them and what they have to share so that we can. I like to say, Jimikwich, Nawagoa, Merci beaucoup, great gratitude, and thank you. And I've also been asked to sing a song, and I am on a microphone, so I'll be gentle. There was a time us Indigenous women were invited down to the Sky Dome and the powwow. Well, I'm talking like in the 90s, right? In the early 2000s. And I was asked to sing, and they mic'd me, and I said, oh, don't mic me. Don't mic me. If you do, turn it off. Because as soon as I sing so loud. I speak gently, and I don't say too much. But when I sing, I sing. They didn't listen, and I broke their microphone system. So they didn't have any mics for 2 days. So please turn the microphone off. So thank you for inviting me. I'm always happy when you guys ask me to come out. But I just sang the Micmac honor song, welcoming song for everyone. And this is an exciting day. So let's sit back and enjoy and learn. Thank you.
Well, somebody said aging isn't for sissies, and they're right. Anyway, thank you, Sandra. Thank you for your prayer, Rosalind. I owe you tobacco, but I will give it when you come up the next time. I had the tobacco and I left it there, Sandra, for Douglas. A couple of things. No, the tobacco pouch. Yes, thank you. There may be things that are said or talked about today that upset you. If so, there will be people at the back who can comfort you and take care of you. Don't be afraid to come to the back. Before we start the next part of the sessions, I would like to remind us all that we are on the land that does not belong to us. It is the land of the Haudenosaunee, the Wendat, the Mississaugas of the Credit, First Nation, and many, many First Nations and Indigenous peoples that have passed through here over the millennia. We have underneath here Tattle Creek. We found that out when we were digging out the basement in the 90s or early 2000s, I don't remember. And they assured us that we couldn't go any deeper. Like, first of all, they told us for 100 years, more than 100 years, that we couldn't dig down at all. So this part of the church to the steps had a basement, but the rest wasn't, and you had to get down like this. We called it the sand pit, and there were stories down there, and I'm sure there were ghosts. But when they did find out that the TTC was even lower than they alleged, we dug down, and lo and behold, we raised millions of dollars. Well, lo and behold, didn't Tattle Creek start bubbling up? So we're very aware that we are on ancient lands and ancient places. And we give thanks for those ancient peoples and those now who care for the land. The land is not ours, it is Creator's. And if you don't believe me, you can study any spiritual tradition, including the Bible. And if you don't believe that, look up Sylvia Keesmaat and she'll set you straight. At any rate, we give thanks for those who have cared for our land and who are caring for our land. And we give thanks that we have peace in our land, which is a rare commodity these days.